So I'm Kevin Overzee, 26 years old, from Vinkenveen, the Netherlands. Been throwing for like 6 years now. Been going to boomerang tournaments now for 15 years because of my brother Lars, who's been throwing quite some time already. So the first big tournament I went to was the World Cup in Kiel, 2002. So that's where we went to with the whole family when Lars became world champion in the youth category. So that's who I am, in fact, yeah. Well, we used to have a national organization, but with some difficult circumstances it's sort of dead now at the moment. So it's in fact 4 people, 2 families, so that's Lars and me, the Overzee side of the Dutch Boomerang family, and then we have the Hogenbooms, Harold and Aaron. So we don't have any national championships yet. We host our own tournament in Vinkenveen, the Lekker Lekker Boomerang Cup. So we've been thinking about maybe setting up a new organization, but we're still looking what's the benefit of that, to put the time and effort in that. So we're not really sure about that at the moment. I like always tournaments with a certain social part in it, but it doesn't have to be like extremely socializing, because I'm still a progressing thrower, so I want to improve myself, to set new personal bests. So when it's a good combination of a real tournament with the real 6 events, and then with a certain good socializing atmosphere in there. That's probably the most important thing, because I like the combination of both. And I think I still need to set myself higher standards to keep better, and socializing I'm already quite okay in, I guess. So that's it, I think, yeah. Yeah, well, I guess there are 2. It's obviously my brother Lars, because I've always looked up to him. He's been throwing for like 17 years now, so when we throw together, it's always, in first it's big fun, and he always teaches you little things. To whom I look up to very much a lot is Lara. He's a Dutch thrower, and he's kind of the guy who taught Lars to throw boomerangs. So that in the Netherlands are the 2 most people who I look up to, in sense of how good throwers are. Obviously the obvious Manu, Frido, Andrea, but I always like a certain amount of consistency in throwers, which is something I strive to get to be a consistent thrower. And in that case there are 2 boomerang throwers which I mainly really like, and that's H.G. Hoffman, who's barely making any mistakes, and I was throwing in the World Cup together with Junji Maya. Extremely consistent, hardly making any mistakes, and that's what I really like. That's sort of my bar, to be consistent and not making any stupid beginner mistakes anymore. So that's my next step in getting a better boomerang thrower. So that's why I like those 2 as a boomerang thrower. Yeah, the first time for a tournament. I've been here 14 years ago in holiday on the complete other side, but for the tournament it's been awesome. We're staying in a villa really close, like a minute walk from the beach, which is really awesome. Obviously spotting 50-meter line in the flip-flop bar is a really good habit. Still have to get used to the dimensions of the field or beach, which is quite a challenge, but yeah, it's been really fun. It's sun in October. It's in the Netherlands. It's not like that. I went from 14 degrees to 20, 25, almost 30 here. So that's a really good way of being here. Yeah. Cool. Which I have right here. Well, this fuzzy I used during the Europeans. Was one of my better scores in Aussie round. I think it was in barely no wind, a 60 something, which was probably the first time I got a real good score. 5 catches, difficult conditions. Yeah, really good. And this one's in fact sort of boomerang I use for 3 events when there's a lot of wind. I can grab this straight out of my case and it works. So those are probably the ones, yeah, at the moment, especially this one. I copied it from Alessandro Benedetti during the last Via Reggio tournament. After screwing up my accuracy really badly, I saw him throwing 80 plus or something, and I thought, well, I need one of those. So I copied it, and since then it's an invaluable part of my boom kit. So that's for like 3 years, I think already. So yeah, that's one of the boomerangs I'm really leaning on during a tournament normally. And besides that, well, not really. So this is probably as good as I have it here. So that's one of my favorite boomerangs. Yeah, it's quite easy to make and to copy. So yep, that's it. Awesome. Yeah.